Hey shrimp keepers, what's up? It's Jay here. Welcome to a new series of shrimp keeping. Today we'll be checking out my crystal red tank, and this tank was set up around 2 or 3 months ago. I did the video back then and I needed to do some water changes, so I thought I'd make a new video. So let's fast forward a bit. This is the tank after a month. I didn't want to touch too much of it by the time the tree fell down, and the moss grew just great, and I had a lot of algae on the glass. I had a few buried crystal reds as well, so I wanted to make the filter shrimp safe. So these were a few matters that I wanted to change. This whole process took around 1 to 2 hours. I wanted to do things one by one because if you take out the filter, the shrimp might get stressed out, and I wanted to keep the water aerated. So I carefully took out the tree. I put it on my working bench. So I started off with taking off the moss from the wooden plank. I bought it like that in the store. I cut off all the strings, the old strings, and I cut off the old moss from my tree, which I attached 3 months ago with rope, and I replaced it this time with new moss, and I super glued it. I found this a lot easier and looked a lot nicer. My old moss also dried out because the old tree, because these are 2 pieces of spider wood, so I actually glued it with silicone, and so the old moss actually dried out before it ever got into the aquarium, so that's why I had to replace it. I tried to super glue the base plank to the tree. Wasn't real great success, but you gotta learn from your errors. Now I'm making the filter shrimp safe. I took an old sponge filter from an old aquarium that was running. It was empty, so it's been cycled, and I super glued the old filter tubing to an external filter. Just nice and easy, nice and small. Nothing too hard. This is again my attempt to attach the base plank, so I eventually chose to attach it with string, and you can see it's 2 pieces of spider wood, and even the silicone came off, so I thought, hey, let's just attach this with rope as well, because I didn't have time to use the silicone. So if you have time, I'd recommend you use silicone glue and let it dry for a longer time. My drying period was 2 or 3 months. No, not 2 or 3 months, I'm sorry. 2 or 3 days. So I'm placing everything back. The tree was dangling a little bit down, but it doesn't matter. On the left top, you can see the moss was sticking out. Gave it a little natural look. I actually fancied it. And I added the leftover moss I had around the tree. Nice hideout for the shrimplets, but I have a lot of plants as well, and a small lush carpet, so it'll be also a nice spot for the little shrimplets in the future. It's always a mess, and I guess you guys are also familiar with this when you're changing. Also added a little substrate. I like the white sand. Many other tanks, the shrimp seem to love it. I am aware that it might affect the coloration, but I seem to not notice too much on my crystal reds. They keep this nice white, and so here's the results. I did a water change as well, around 15%, and they look happy as ever. The cool thing was I got a glass lid, so all the evaporation comes back down. So it has this cool raindrop effect as well. And a little bit of oxygen dropping back in. So I hope the varied shrimp will come out soon. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content to the first episode of the series. Leave me out in the comments with any questions and don't forget to subscribe. Shrimp out.